Hello to all anime and non-anime people. I was lying on the couch and found such an interesting story with a casual title. So casual, you want to walk up to a girl and say, "Simple dimple," or "Pop it." But now is not the time for real live girls, because we're watching 100 girls who really love you. It's the perfect anime for people like you, like me. Who doesn't want to be loved by 100 girls of every taste and color on any day of the month? Only those who think they are Sigma and reject girls. But we're not going to dismiss them, so we'll look at our today's isekai. School is over, and our protagonist Rentarō confesses his love to a girl. But the plot doesn't want us to have a girl like that, and she rejects him. Frustrated, yet used to it, Rentarō receives his 100th rejection. You don't seem to be good for girls at all. But a friend standing nearby gives advice that he should go to the temple, pray for God to give him some hope for a relationship. And he walks away from it as fast as he can. In the temple, unfortunately, instead of God, it was Grandpa's head. But the head turned out to be the god of love himself. Says he doesn't have to worry, because in high school he'll have a soulmate, a girl who will really love him. He couldn't believe how someone so uninteresting could have a girlfriend. But already in high school, he's tripping over two of his future spouses. Thought they'd damaged something, but they're trying to moisturize the poor guy. On the way to the nurse's station, they heard that, if you find a 4-leaf clover, you can start dating anyone. Suddenly the strength came, the wounds went away, the girls galloped away. The next day came, a couple hours passed too, and the poor so looking for a single clover. He wants to make them happy, so he bought a soda. And then maybe we can kiss. But not today, unfortunately. The second one came, went, brought a soda. Not just one, but lots of them. Hikari turns out to have confessed her love, but Karan came at the wrong time and confessed as well. He needs to choose. To choose between Hikari and Karani. She confessed and she confessed. Then I'll confess too. I like big dick. An old man shows up at the house and says he accidentally put extra digits in you. And if you leave any of them behind, she'll die. What do we do? What do we do? We'll have to meet everyone. And he brings them both a 4-leaf clover. So we got along, hugged, made 2 of them his girlfriends, and walked off into the sunset happy as can be. Already in such a short time they have held hands, and walked to school together, and eat lunch together. Girls want their first kiss, but no one wants to admit it. So they try to honor the poor guy, but they end up maiming Rentarō. He came up with a plan for that. They should step back, close their eyes, and Rentarō would kiss one, then the other, then change places, then one, then the other, and everyone was happy, because no one knew who was first. But constantly something didn't work out, hit it in the face or something like that, or even wanted to throw him off the roof. Then, the only right decision turned out to be to spend his innocence to the vice principal who preys on such beautiful young boys. But that's not going to happen either, they said. Better to give a rival a chance at a kiss than some anaconda. But it turns out to respect each other and decided to kiss in threes, so that Rentarō will kiss, and each other just a little bit. It all worked out in the end. Even the girls enjoyed it a bit, and I enjoyed looking at it too. But next to join is Rentarō's third soulmate, named Shizuko. From the features, she is small, shy, and uses the book to talk to other people. Luckily, the book has all the right vocabulary words at a convenient time. She works as a librarian here, and was happy to help Rentarō find the book he needed, but clearly went overboard with the selection. But even these books can't be taken because the library card turns out to be expired. And Shizuka gives him his book to talk to other people from a pure soul. Poor girl won't be able to talk to his parents all day. That's okay, she'll get over it. A book about the unfair love between a knight and a princess. Rentarō liked the story so much that the next day he raced over to get the second chapter. But after talking a bit outside first, he wants to borrow the first chapter of the book once more for a while. But 3 days had passed, and he still hadn't shown up at his school. What can I say? He went out for bread, like any other normal family. Suddenly, she caught him with 2 other girls. Upset, thought she'd never find her soulmate. But Rentarō had his own plans for this girl. He transcribed her entire book into electronic format so that she could talk through the app with audio. Unable to bear such kindness, she confesses her love for the boy. He of course hugged her and started introducing her to other girls. To get the girls to be friends with each other, he decides to play a game of shoveling cards together. Whoever loses will be tickled. He believes that for good relationship, first they have to fight. The first 3 rounds, of course, our hero won, but he lost the 4th. Instead of tickling, Shizuka starts poking her finger on his chest. After that, Rentarō quickly walks away, leaving the guys to argue with each other. Karain immediately pounces with, "Why are you so quiet? Why don't you open up about your feelings?" She agrees that she won't be shy anymore, and declares that she wants to make out with Rentarō, and he did not hesitate to kiss her, a second, a third, and all were pleased with themselves. I wish I could do the same, but there's no time to think about it, because the school's exam results have come in. Meanwhile, our hero sees the pride of the school, honors student Nano. Who doesn't care about the test results because she's gonna get at least 100 points in every subject? But eye contact triggers the irreversible process of love. The biology lesson began, everyone looked through the microscope, drew sketches, but only Nano drew the finished work from the book, because to look at cells through the microscope is not efficient, we will lose a lot of time. Rentarō hurt his finger and went to wash it off. But instead of licking the wound with your mouth, it would be better to disinfect it, because that would be more effective. Not understanding why she started licking someone's finger, she rewrote a whole lot of continuation of the number pi on the board. After thinking it over carefully, she made the decision to break up right away. Our feelings are mutual, but it's best not to have a loving relationship. It will ruin the grades for both me and you. So we'd better break up right away without starting our relationship, she suggests. But the main character is not satisfied with this arrangement. She wants to go on a date at least once, and then already decide. They went to an amusement park. Rode, looked, spun, got lost, sat. Had a good time, but it didn't change the scientist's mind. Sad, of course, but then I'll have to get rid of the photos took today. You see how manipulative the protagonist is? Playing with the poor girl's feelings? Suddenly she snatches the pictures out of his hands, for she treasures today so much. And kissed there for the first time, which was awesome, by the way. Nano met the girls, and so the others wouldn't be offended that they didn't go out with them. They had a beach episode. Yoo-hoo, beach episode! Sorry, I couldn't take it. And so the beach episode. Some were swimming, some were lost, some were shy. The girls were harassed by some NPC, Rentarō rescued them, and everyone had a good time at the end. At school, everyone was walking down the hallway, and again there was eye contact of love in the chemistry room. But there was no way to talk to the girl. But the next day, when he enters the office, he is greeted only by a little red-haired girl. She's offered green tea in a lab cup, but it's not tea. It's a spell potion that's supposed to make him fall in love with her. But Rentarō doesn't need useless potions, because he's already doomed, and you can't cheat fate, and spits out all the potion. But it's too late. The body is fighting the potion. Seizures and convulsions begin. You have to give the antidote, and how can you not give it without using mouth-to-mouth when you have the chance? With a good kiss, Kisuri also accidentally ingests an antidote that returned her to her original form. She was the girl we saw yesterday. What an interesting turn of events. I'm amazed. Just kidding, not surprised. That's how they met, it happens. You have to move on and introduce her to others. They met, they all took turns drinking the potion, clothes dissolved, dog ears massaged, powerful hair showing. Now all that's left to do is drink tea. But our potion lover has spiked her product into the tea, making the girls love machines. So let me explain to you what our heroes have to do to get them back to normal. Kisuri has the antidote, but to give it to them you have to get to them in the chemistry room first. They immediately became so obsessed but didn't lose their minds. Nano, being the smartest, took the lead, telling them to split up to catch them off guard. Shizuki meets him first. The smallest, weakest can't catch up, falls and bangs her head on the ground. Of course you should help. Take it to the nurse's station, get it fixed anyway. But no one canceled the drool exchange. It was good, but not for long. But the next appetizer didn't take long to arrive, as Hikari and Karani are on the horizon. They're stronger, bigger, and faster in all functions. They've already had their first kiss with each other, then you can put them together and go on your way. Right, left, up, down, you finally get to the office and there's a real problem, Nano. We have to hide in the closet and find another way out of the situation. Kusuri also hid in the closet. She couldn't get through the antidote guards. Luckily, there was an idea. We should give her the spare antidote Kusuri had in his pocket. Too bad, antidote drunk. The flask broke and turned back into its original form, but Nano had not seen her like that yet, so there was still a chance of victory. But why did you say hello to her? Surely she would have gotten suspicious and grabbed you. What a smart chemist. And Rentarō sacrificed himself to the distraction by heroically starting to run away from her on the wide hallway. Kusuri had time to get the antidote, disarmed everyone, and everyone laughed and forgot about it like a bad dream. But I won't forget, so live with it. Attention! Begins something scary, gloomy, nothing good to expect. But let's start with the good. The guys are back together for a group date in the park, where today there will be a whoever catches the bouquet gets their picture taken in a wedding dress. Of course you should participate, because when else can you wear a wedding dress, even if you're up against the professionals? So the team is assembled, the bouquet has been thrown incredibly far, everyone has contributed to the cause, especially the bazookas. Now we need to choose who will wear the dress. Hikari came up with a plan to pull the sticks where she would be the winner. Then Nano suggested pulling all the sticks at once for efficiency, worried that things wouldn't go according to plan, but luckily at the end, she comes out the winner. Finally, the dream of a long time ago has come true. Who would have thought that after the photo shoots, Hikari would offer to break up and run away from there? So Rentarō and you sit there not understanding what just happened. He go to her house to ask her what happened. Why? Calls her on the phone. She says her mom found out about their relationship and forbade them to see each other anymore. Suddenly, Mom forbids our boyfriend to approach her. She hangs up the corpse and starts scolding also her. However, Mom is in good quality, can meet her sometime in your spare time. Rentarō decided that by all means he would take his girlfriend and run away for good. He warned his girlfriends in advance, and they decided to help him because they were his girlfriends too. And so began a new story about school kids breaking into other people's homes. Legal, right? First, they threw the ball through the window. It was picked up by a cat. It was good that at least the guard was distracted. Then by sleight of hand and small stones, they unlocked the lock of the door. But what to do with a big dog? Fortunately, the instincts to guard the weak and defenseless have taken over, and they pass it with ease. Now, it's not easy. You have to get through the motion sensor lasers. Luckily, Kusuri has the infrared vision eye drops she needed to join the elite lab technicians. But heroic, she gives it up to use. Everyone is sacrificing so hard and trying to save her. But what do I care? She's not my girlfriend. Thanks to teamwork, they got to Hikari's room, and she's crying, pining, thinking. They wanted to support her, and bam. Hello, guards. And so we meet the mother herself. We hear that it was hard for her to bring up the girl all alone. Her husband died at too early an age. Suddenly, the action of the drops passes, and flash, the light of love appears. Well, then to test their love, you have to go through a lie detector, she says. Past, the main character can't be taken back like that. Attention, Hikari's up to something. We have to save her. Karain took the hostage, ordering everyone to stand. Rentarō is standing too. Why is he standing? He needs to run. Save her. Came to the rescue, but who knew there wasn't enough drama? You also have to jump off the second floor. Cool caught, pushed off, fell in the water, said he'd love her, said he'd make her mom also happy too. In honor of the family's well-being, you can have a sleepover after all. You didn't do it all for nothing. The girls wanted to watch him wash, but that was never going to happen. It is much more important to talk to the mother before the photo of her husband, how she still had a hard time staying faithful to him until the end of time. And there's kissing at the end for sure. Time to sleep because tomorrow is school. But the main character decided to walk down the hallway and stumbles upon the ghost of her husband, so that you can discuss plans for a happy life with his wife and daughter. That was awkward. The end is near. Just kidding. It's not the end. His mother bought the whole school to get close to Rentarō, and he has so many more soulmates waiting for him. That's how the first season of the anime ended. We'll wait for the next ones. But for now, bye-bye. See you in the next video.